Hi, my name is Jonas, this is Sublime Media, and on this channel talk about records and record related stuff. Today I'm gonna do a half video, I think. Half is gonna be reissues and half is gonna be original pressings. What they all have in common is that they are psychedelic, progressive folk. First, cue music. As many of you know by now, I have a record store called sublimemedia.se. Go and check it out. I'm pretty proud of it. It's mainly for the Swedish audience, but I can get my hands on pretty much anything, and I send all over the world via Discogs and other stuff. So just send me a PM if you're interested in anything on the page. And just for the sake of it, I'm gonna start with the reissues. Or new releases. This is a series that I have not ventured into, and I feel pretty bad about it actually, because it's something that I've known about but I never bought it. This is Brown Acid, the 4th trip, so I am missing volume 1, 2 and 3. I have to correct that. But what I did was I actually bought like a pretty big chunk of Brown Acids from a store in Sweden. I got a great deal on them, like a great deal. So I think I bought like 11 records or something like that. And with the new one, the 17th issue that came out like a week or two ago, I now have a pretty good solid Brown Acid collection. With that being said, I need the ones that I don't have. I need to fill those gaps. That's what she said. If you, like me, don't know much about this, it's compilations of underground heavy psych and heavy rock sort of material from the States, I think. I don't get it, because one compilation, 2, 3, 4 compilations of great music, but 5, 6, I mean somewhere along that line you should say to yourself that you run out of material to really put out. But they are at 17 and they are all great. Like, there are so much unissued stuff out there, it's just incredible. This next one is a banger of a record. If you want an original press of this, you have to shell out like 2,000 euro at least nowadays. It's insane. But Sundays did a reissue of this. Now, Bow Street Runners only did one record. I think this is from 1970. The band formed in 1969, and they went nowhere pretty fast. But they left us a great psychedelic record. And I mean, when Sundays are doing colored versions like this, I'm not complaining really. It's a pretty cool one if you are doing a reissue. Okay, this next one is a progressive masterpiece in my opinion. This is yeah, a heavy rock record also, if you want. Released 1972 as a German swirl version from the get-go. Odin only released one record, a London-based group that again went nowhere pretty fast, but they left a great heavy rock record. This is reissued on long hair, comes with the original poster, and as always, I mean, long hair does everything right. 180 gram vinyl. Sound quality sounds great. I have buddies of mine that has original pressings of some of the long hair records, and they say that they sound better, some of them at least sound better than the original pressings. I don't know how he does it, but we will surely miss his reissues. So I just had to snag this up before he stops doing anything else. Limited to 500 copies, Odin. Since I started the shop, this is one of the records that I've sold most of. It's a thing of legends, isn't it? Top drawer, solid oak. This was released by Guershan. Mastered from the original master tapes. Sounds great. This is they are from Ohio. I don't know where in the States Ohio is, but it reminds me more of a southern rock record than anything else. The A side is better than the B side in my opinion, and it's where they really get rocking that they shine, in my opinion. Private pressed US psych or heavy rock. Check it out. Okay, this next one is Farmyard, released by Wawa Records. So Wawa issued this in 500 copies. They tried to replicate the original artwork, which was released in a plastic bag, like this silkscreen plastic bag. So they did a great job with that one. It's more country rock than anything else, so not my favorite of the reissues that I have got recently. But then again, it's solid, sort of a solid rock record, a little bit southern rock maybe. So maybe cooler release than the actual music. So again, Gershon is doing everything correct except by pressing enough records. Since I started my shop, this is actually the only record that has sold well but gone out of print. So I had to take it down from the page. I talked with Anthony, and he said that they are not repressing this. So if you want a copy of this, go out on Discogs or something like that. There are still stores that have it, but when it's gone, it's going to be gone. And this is a rare ass heavy rock record from Sweden in 1979, so a little bit later, but don't let that fool you or draw you off or anything like that, because this is a monster, a must have if you're into that heavy psych. Don't sleep on it. I mean, you have your window is now. Another banger of record. This is a 10 out of 10 in my book. This is The Age of Reason by The Reason, 1969, reissued by Gershon again on Outsider Records. Heavy, dark. It's very sort of the cover artwork is almost saying everything about this. I wish I had an original press of this. I've been hunting for an original press for I don't know how long, and one day I will own one, but this is a great reissue until that day. Sounds fantastic. Another reissue is this. This is the Specials, and I guess that this is the Ugly Duckling that is of this video because this is actually pretty new. Issued in 2021. This is, I think, protest songs or folk tunes or something like that that the Specials did. The Specials is this UK ska or punk group. I don't know how to label them. Yeah, and I had a friend who passed, Lasse, and this is from his record collection. And I waited and waited and waited until I finally played it, because I really wanted it to be a special occasion. Lasse loved this record. We talked about it a lot when it came out, and he bought it and got the colored version. And especially we bonded over a song called, they do a cover of a Leonard Cohen song called Everybody Knows, which in my opinion they do better than the original artist. So as I said, this is the special edition version that he bought. So it comes with, I think that you had to get this through the Specials home site, but yeah, this is protest songs, the booklet with artist credits and stuff from the songs. It's all covers. You get it on CD also. A bonus 7-inch, which is pretty neat. I love when they toss in a 7-inch. You get a download card, but I think at least the best thing in here is a signed sort of poster thingy. I don't know what it's called. With signatures of all the band members. And this is number 120 out of 500. So this was released in 500 copies. Yeah, nice one, really, and a great reminder of my friend that passed. So the next record is sort of, in one sense, a typical Italian prog record, and in another sense, nothing at all. This is by the band Flea. and the record is called Topi o Umini. And in some areas of the world, people are hailing this as the best progressive Italian record ever recorded. I don't know if I will stretch it as far as that, but it's very good. It's so damn good. And I think that why it is that good is because of the progginess of it. This issue is from 1991. If you want an original press of this, you have to shell out €2,000 or somewhere along that line. It's very, very expensive. So this is a nice sort of earlier reissue, official reissue of this. What stands out with this, I think, if you compare it with other Italian progressive records, is that this is much more heavier, in my opinion. It's more of a hard rock record with progressive leanings. But there is definitely that sort of jazziness that the Italian progressive music has. If you don't know this record, check it out. It's definitely a blast. So yeah, this is, in my opinion, a very underrated record, and a record that I have definitely just shoved off as nothing to really listen to. It's Fleetwood Mac's Kiln House. I think that is how you pronounce it. Great gatefold, lush, super nice cover artwork. I actually managed to get a first UK press of this in the big collection that I bought, and it has the booklet. It's in that near mint condition. Sounds fabulous. What is kind of talking against this record is that this is after Peter Green has left the band, but before Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham has joined. So this is like the mid-period where they are in no man's land, like nowhere. But I think what I really like about this is that they go away a little bit from the blues. It's still a blues record, but a little bit away from the blues that Peter Green added, and a little bit towards a more folky sort of sound to it. And later on they went more to rock and pop. So a very underrated record. Give this a chance if you haven't in a while, and just open your senses to this. The next one is, and I'm super proud that I actually found a copy of this, even if it's not in the absolute best shape, but this is a killer record. This is the first press of Hawk's African Day, released in 1971. This is a South African monster of a folk record with progressive leanings. To compare it to anything, I'm actually going to say that with the African leanings, you have I hear Jethro Tull, like a little bit of Jethro Tull, the progginess of Jethro Tull. 1971, from start to finish, great one. Polyphone Records, check it out. This next one I don't know much about, but it's really, really cool, and one that is sort of, when you look at lists of psychedelic records and stuff like that, it's always up there. This is Zodiac, Cosmic Sound, a celestial counterpoint with words and music. It's very sort of world music-ish in its psychness. If I understood correctly, this is the brainchild of Mort Carson, which was in Lucifer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, came out on Elektra. I think that this is not a first press, but an early press. And this is not an expensive record. You can get this for $20 or something like that in pretty good condition. I think so anyway. And essential in the collection, I've never saw a copy of it, so now I have it. Through that great collection that I bought, I've grown to be quite the heavy blues aficionado, and this is no exception. I've been on the hunt for this. I mean, if I saw this in early press, I would definitely grab it if the price was right. Now, this is a first UK stereo press on the unboxed Decca, so has all the bells and whistles in great shape. I mean, I'm super stoked for this. I feel like this is the third Savoy Brown record, and feels like this is the best one. It's where they really sort of found their sound, and they are tight as hell. So when it comes to British heavy blues, I think you can't go wrong with Savoy Brown, really. Mandy Morton is an artist that has gone totally past me, like really. And with the reissues of Spriggans, I think that is how you pronounce it anyway, the folk band from the 70s, with Mandy Morton on singing on it, I have really started to venture into her back catalogue. And I actually found this record on Swedish Craigslist for next to nothing. I think I paid like 20 euros something for it, and it's pretty rare. I think that there are some Mandy Morton records in rotation here in Sweden, because she did a lot of concerts here. So I guess that she was pretty appreciated here in Sweden. This also came with the original insert and ordinary white paper sleeve, and there's the label there. So private pressed folk magic. I don't know how to sort of let you know how this sounds. She is fantastic. Like, I wish that I could have a conversation with her. I'm still hunting her for an interview. Maybe one day. Great artwork too. Solid record through and through. 1966 was the last year that anything was released by them that had Van Morrison in the band. Now, them wanted to continue on with the sort of almost the same thing, really. So the sort of commercial garage rock. I don't know how to really label it in any other way. So they released one record, but in 1968, Now and Them was released, and unfortunately, this is a super beat up copy. So I'm gonna hunt for another one. The vinyl is great, but the cover is beat to shit. And I really enjoy them after they. I mean, I love them when Van Morrison were in the band. But there is no shame in what they released afterward, and the record after this is even better. I still need to find a copy of that. But yeah, so if you're into them or that sort of garagey sound from the US in this time period, I mean, this is a no-brainer. Noi released their first record in 1972. This is a reissue, but I've actually done the complete opposite trip when it comes to Noi, because they released 3 records. I got the first record I got with Noi was their last one, and then I got number 2, and now I finally have their first record, only called Noi. Here's the gatefold, and comes on the orange brain label. Wish I had a green brain, but I don't. One day maybe. But I never seen Noi records. I mean, they, as soon as they get out in the crates or up on the walls and stuff like that, they fly off the shelf. It feels like people are paying stupid money also for it, because they are such an iconic krautrock group, and these records from, I mean, 70s and mid 70s are very sought after. So I'm just happy to have one of these, even if the reissue is from 1975. So that completes my Noi collection. I don't have any first pressings, but I think that all three of them are mid-70s pressings. I think also in that big collection that I bought, this was in there, and I'm super glad that it was. If it wasn't in that collection, I'm glad that I picked it up. So let's just put it like that. Even if it's not a first press, this is a third UK press of Half-Brinking by Fairport Convention. I have to say, maybe my favorite Fairport Convention record. Maybe. I have another one I'm going to show in another recent Vinyl Finds video coming up that might be better. Or to me at least. It's the pink rim label on Island. It was released with the solid pink Island label to start with in 1969. Okay, last but not least, this is one of my favorite records in a long time. Not only the music, which is great, but I knew that, also find-wise, because this is a rare record. And I'm gonna top this video off with this one. This is, and I have no idea how to pronounce this, Ronteo, a German first press from 1976. This is a folk masterpiece. I don't know if it's labeled as a krautrock record. I don't know. I don't think so. It's more in the vein of a English folk or acid folk record in my opinion. And also in the text that I've read. Two persons in this one. Let's see here if I can find their names. But no one of them after this in 1976 did anything to really write home about. So one off band or musicians, they're great. This is a folk record that is to die for, really, and the singing in English, so for all us non-German speaking people, that's a pretty good thing, I think, if you want to follow the text and stuff like that. What really struck me and was surprising, because I have sampled this and listened to this digitally for I don't know how long, but what's really struck me was the audio quality. It blows most of the 70s stuff away. It sounds so damn good. The guitars, the soundstage, the separation, it's just insane. It's 3D in sound. It's almost like an audiophile label did this, and it's like private pressed. I think it's like private press. I don't know. Yeah, they released one record and one single on this label. So if you're getting this, it would be cool to compare it with another release. Like, I know that Version is putting this out 2024. So I think I'll do a shootout of that one. But I'm having a hard time seeing that anyone can do a better job than this original press, because it sounds fantastic. So check this out. This is the recommendation of this video, if anything. And that's it. Hope you liked the stuff that I showed you. A lot of records shown. So and please give me comments if you have any. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.